So basically, like, we have to figure out how do we get started with our company, right? So rule number one is that you've thought of your company, prepared your business model canvas, but really the answers are not inside you. The answers are outside. They are with the people who are potentially going to buy a product. They know what they want to buy. Or they may think that they have a need that they want to go ahead and solve. So basically, you have to go outside. You have to make your phone call and say, hey, can I come and meet you? I think I've got some interesting ideas to discuss with you. And you call them. Or you find some people who could be potential partners in this business. Call them up, set a meeting, say I'll buy you lunch, you can have some chai, coffee together, and you set a meeting. And so you go outside and start collecting the facts. Now, you already got your business model canvas. So you already know your value proposition for the product that you imagine will make sense. You know that this particular customer that you call, he had the right demographics, right age, right education, right spending power of the company or the individual. So you go to him and say, first you build a relationship. Hi, how are you, etc. But then you go ahead and say, look, I want to discuss this new idea that I've been thinking about. And you start talking about the vision that you have and how that can go ahead and solve the customer's needs. So in order to find the customer's needs, you've got to ask him questions. Would it be great if you had an iPhone that you could, go ahead and put it on your belt or something? Say, assuming that you're going to create a little pouch for carrying iPhone or smartphones. But, you basically ask questions about the customer's need. What does he need? And you say, I don't wear a belt. I don't need that. But, I'm always I'm always using my phone. So, I don't want to put it in my pocket. So they say, oh, what if I gave you something that hangs around your neck? You can put it in that, right? So you can go ahead and change, the delivery of your product from a pouch on the belt to a strap hanging around the neck, because the customer gave you some feedback. So the need was there to find something to carry his phone, but how he wanted the need satisfied is going to be slightly different. So the customer is going to tell you what the need is. Right? Now, there was one case I was watching where, girls did not want something hanging around the neck. They didn't want something here because they went to a party or something. They don't want it hanging on their body. So there was this entrepreneur who designed a small pouch that she can tie around her leg, and she just slips it into this little pouch that she wraps around her leg. And that became, and she would make it for $1, and girls started buying it for $10, $20. And before you know it, she had a very successful business just delivering pouch, because girls don't want to put it on their back. They don't want to carry a purse to just put a phone there. They don't want to put it around their neck. But she said, around the leg, it'll be fine, because it's not visible, hiding under the skirt or pant, trousers or whatever, a sari or whatever, and it's going to be super convenient for her. So rule number one is the facts about what the customer's need you can identify, but how he wants to solve it might be different, because of some reason or the other. And you're going to get all that information by going out and asking customers directly. So last January, February, when we did the course, everybody had their idea, but when they asked the customer great idea. When they asked the customer, real customers, for that particular service or product, they all came back and said, you know, the customer really asked us to do this instead of this, and they changed their idea. So almost 99% you'll find that real customers will actually get you to change your product direction and so on. So that's number one. That's rule number one, most important. Okay, now as soon as the customer has told you that, you know, this is what he wants, and you say, oh, I can solve the problem this way, then the rule number two is that should you go ahead and put in a whole factory, order 10,000 devices and things like that? Should you hire 100 engineers to go ahead and start designing it, manufacturing, salespeople? Or should you go ahead and do something called agile development, which is quickly come up with a prototype? So you come up with a prototype quickly and go back to the same customers and say, what do you think about this? And 99% of the time, the customer will say, oh, that is not what I had in mind. I wanted something else, but he'll give you an answer that is much more precise because it will see what service you are delivering. So, agile development is very important. It's important to quickly, while the customer remembers the first meeting that he had, to go ahead and give him something that he can give you more feedback. So agile development gets you there. Now, a lot of people, you know, will say that, look, I can't keep wasting my time. I came up with this and he said he wanted this. So he came up with one more product, showed it, oh, I don't want that either, I want something else. So he keeps on changing the direction over and over again. And if you get frustrated, that's the end of the company. So failure is actually success. When a customer looks at your product design and says, it's not that but something else, that's actually success. Because you learn something. You learn what the real solution and what its features, characteristics, everything need to be for the product to sell. So, go ahead.
Sir, whatever customers, the needs of the customers vary, so then product standardization.
Excellent. So the question is like, you ask 5 customers, they'll give you 5 different answers. Now, it's your job as an entrepreneur to decide if you're going to come up with a product that is customizable, so that the core product remains the same and then you target it, or you can divide up the market segment into even smaller segments. So if you're always getting answers in bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3, but most of the answers are in bucket 2, then you ignore bucket 1 and 3 for now and just focus on the needs of the bucket 2 customers. So then you develop. So there are many ways that you can solve the problem and you have the option of solving it. Right.
Sir, everybody resists change. Everybody resists change. So the lake pocket which was first introduced to the customer will also resist change. No, I don't want this. Then how should we proceed? Because it will be first time he or she will feel congested. Maybe he will have some problems using it.
Yeah, so basically, like, you know, once they get their hands on the product, your prototype product, they're going to start giving you better and better feedback. They're going to basically tell you, you know, I like this, but it's a little bit too bulky. I don't like the colors. I don't like, instead of, I don't even need it. I don't know what you're talking about. You'll say, oh, I don't like the feel of it. I don't like the color. I don't like the cost. I don't want a plastic one. I want something that is different. I want a leather one. You know, whatever it is. But the customer, you want the customer to start giving you very specific feedback. And at some point, if you've done your job right and so on, you'll find that you will come up with the right solution. Yeah.
So what if the customer doesn't know what it wants? Because I was reading Malcolm Gladwell's book where he explains the customer feedback using the example of pasta sauce. So nobody wanted a chunky pasta sauce until somebody introduced it and then everybody wanted it. So in none of the feedbacks they received that somebody wanted a chunky pasta sauce.
Yeah. So sometimes as the entrepreneur, you have an insight and the customer has not even recognized the need for it. So in that particular case, you just develop your product and a sample quantity and get people to say, okay, here are 3 pastas, blind tests. You can try 3 pastas, 3 different sauces. Which one do they actually eat the most? You can do blind test. You can go ahead and the important thing is that we want you to realize that you've got to quickly engineer a minimum value product, MVP. Instead of building a whole factory before you test the customer's needs, you do an MVP first.
What is more beneficial if you do a focus group study or do it in a way that we just simply ask the customer about our product or instead paying some incentive for giving us a valuable feedback?
Yeah, so very good question. So big companies always do something called focus group study. Now, big companies do that because they already know the customer's basic need. They already have products in that space. But now they're trying to make it fine-tune the solution even better. Right? So that's why they do focus group study in order to get there. As an entrepreneur, you're trying to solve a need that has not been satisfied. So you are at a much grosser level. You're still trying to find the need that customers are willing to pay money for, that you can build a successful, profitable company. So you're just trying to first find the gross need. So you will not. It does not make much sense to try and put a focus group together, but it's better that you identify target groups. The entrepreneur goes there and checks, exactly what their needs are, and then put some trial product out there.
It may happen that my product is just a next level version of the existing product. Let's say I'm developing an online retail website, just like Flipkart, but it has some add-ons. So what I can do, I can call upon some few customers which are already associated with Flipkart.
Exactly. So one of the market segments that we talk about, company types, is called a better mousetrap. If you look at Opti, I did not do any customer discovery on that. I used to work at Chips. My engineers came up with my founder partners came up with a better way to design the chipset. We quit the company. So I already knew the customer base. And all I had to do was go ahead and execute the product, just like a big company. So that's a better mousetrap. Now, most people, entrepreneurs, cannot start a company like that because, they are typically innovative type. Some new scientific discovery, technology breakthrough, some idea that they came up while they were sleeping in bed, whatever it is. So they're coming up with brand new ideas for how to solve some customer need that has not even been understood by the big companies. Yeah.
About the similar lines.
Which one?
A question on the similar lines. Like if a company is trying to develop a product in the market, they do the market research and all. They study like focus group studies and everything. So when do a company decide that like it's a time to this much research is enough? Now I should start bringing a prototype into the market. So what is that particular?
So actually you find that big companies will not even bring a prototype to market. Because they put a prototype to market, the competition will see. And if the competition sees it, they'll improve on your prototype and bring out even a better product. So big companies who already have a business going on are not going to do a prototype. Because they already know the market, they know the customer, through focus groups and other studies and through the salespeople, they know that if they come up with a slightly better product, lower cost, more features, better smell, whatever it is, soup or whatever, it's going to sell like hotcakes. So they have a marketing department whose job is to write product specification, write what the needs of the customer, the market segments are, what kind of volume it's going to be, it needs to be produced in, and what the ramp-up should be. So all of this thing is written in the product marketing document specification. And then you engineer it, you build a factory to build the product, and you ship 100,000 units, 1 lakh units from day one. So it's a different business when an existing company decides to have an improved product. So it's a very different case.
So let's say I'm a new company. So before launching the product, then I will be doing the research and all. So I was also asking, like, when do they realize that the research is enough now? I should start focusing on developing the product.
Yeah. So basically, you have to look at enough data points in order to make yourself comfortable.
So it's okay.
And once you're comfortable, you should be able to write a business plan and convince the investors to give you the money to make the product in good quality. It's going to take money to make the product in high volume. You cannot make product in high volume without money. So you're going to have enough data that your story is convincing. Yeah.
How safe it is to discuss a business idea?
Another great question. So, how safe is it to discuss a business idea? So, most of the times it's safe because only you have the passion for the business idea. Everybody else, has got so many other ideas that they're passionate about. But you're passionate about this idea, so it's okay. But sometimes, it's an idea that maybe they would also think of. And especially if you go to a venture capitalist, he's going to have a portfolio of companies that he's invested in. He might have invested in the same kind of company, same kind of idea. He might already have invested. You go and tell him, this is my idea, all of a sudden your idea will end up in this portfolio company. And it's gone. So, as an entrepreneur, you have to be very diligent. Before you share your idea with anybody, check around because he's not going to tell you that, I'm going to use your idea. But check around and find out what his portfolio companies are, what his interests are, and then you can. You can even ask him point blank, is this something that you've already invested in? And he's got to tell you the truth. No investors, if you put them on the spot, which is what I should have done at Dish when I was running Dino. If I just asked Dish, are you already developing a competing product for the online TV market? I bet they would have told me. And I would not have had the disaster that I ended up with. So I would not have shared some details with you. Anyway, so for a startup, it's important that it goes outside, keeps on trying with experimental products, MVPs, and not get disappointed, like it is favored, and it's continuous iterations of the product and pivot. So every time you change the direction, you have to redo your BMC. This is one canvas because everything changes when you make a change to the direction of how you're going to solve the problem. So basically rule number 5, see, business plan is when you're ready to go ahead and start raising money. But it takes a lot of time to write your business plan. It takes like 4 to 8 weeks to write a business plan, get all the market data, etc. in order to justify. So, business model canvas, you can do it in one night. You and your co-founders get together, you're done. Your business model canvas is ready. So, it's better to go ahead and keep iterating your business model canvas than going ahead and coming up with the model. Okay, the next one that Steve Black talks about is design experiments to validate your hypothesis, which is you go ahead and you can't just keep on telling people, imagine that this is true. you will come up with experiments, where you say, okay, we are going to do research in this Chandkira area, and we're going to talk to 20 families to figure out what the need is, and then based on that, analyze it and expand and extrapolate for all of Chandkira, from Chandkira to all of Ahmedabad, all of Ahmedabad to all of Gujarat. So basically, you keep doing experiments, just like engineering, in order to validate your ideas. Okay, now we talked about the different kinds of market types that they exist, right? So depending on your customer segments, you can have a mass market, you can have a segmented market, you can have a diversified market. There are many different kinds of markets you're going to have. And the kind of market that you have will completely change how you manufacture it, how you do it. Then startup metrics differ from those of existing companies. So what he's saying here is that in a startup company, all you're trying to do is find out if you've got a business at all. You're not trying to find out if you can make a little bit more money and so on. So the metrics, how you measure your success, is very different from how you can measure it. Number 9 is probably the most important for a startup, which is fast decision making. That is what separates you from the big companies. You can see how Opti got a 6-month advantage because I had fast decision-making capability for making the decision to manufacture production order of chipsets. Big company requires all kinds of justification and authorization before the product manager can give the go-ahead and say, okay, make 100,000 chipsets. What is the data from the field? What is the data from the engineers? What is the data from product engineering? What is the data from your manufacturing fab, the yield, etc. So many different data points have to be written into a report before the order to manufacture or release to manufacturing happens. In a startup, you can make it overnight. You can ask those 5 people, check all the data, go for it. And you've got months of competitive advantage, assuming that you have made the right decision. Make the wrong decision, because that's the end of the problem. All about passion. The reason why that's important is because there are more failures and more rejections than people saying, oh no, this is fabulous, it's fabulous. You get few fabulouses or few approvals. Most of it is your own personal belief. Okay, in a startup, it really doesn't matter what job title you have. In fact, to a large extent, you should not even give job titles. Just make it into as flat an organization as possible. Very little hierarchy, because you want everybody to feel their part, and everybody is important. Everybody, even engineers, can give you feedback about what the customer was saying. You make an engineer take responsibility for customer support. Have him take the customer support calls, because when he listens to real customers, he figure out what needs to be done or not. Okay, number 12 is another important one, which is preserve all the cash till it's needed, and then you spend it at one shot. So if you notice, we want to keep everything, whatever money you raise, say you raise 1 crore rupees, you've got to really be careful about spending it. You can't say, oh, I've got 1 crore, let me get a nice office, let me get a car for everybody, let me get, nice offices, air conditioning, this and that. Because money is very expensive. That 1 crore will probably cost you 20% of your company or more. Right? So that money, whatever you raise, should be used to allow you to build your business. So it should all go into building a company. So you validate everything, go and get it. number 13, he's talking about communicate and share the learnings, which is in a small company, it's going to be just like this. Anybody can ask any question and he can listen to whatever answers. So he might be an engineer, but he's listening and doing what's going on in the finance area, figuring out what the sales people are saying, the marketing people are saying. So all kinds of people are giving inputs to how the company is doing, and everybody is listening. So, and that's good, because this engineer can come up with an idea about, how to do something right or wrong. Or the salesman can say, you're designing this way, but I've heard from this customer that maybe this is the right tool to use, or this is the right fab to use. I've had it happen to me 1,000 times where, my operations people and everybody was saying do this, but my salesman comes in and says, VLSI design is using this fab, and they're using this process in order to manufacture the chips. And then as CEO, you start scratching your head, why is VLSI doing that? It doesn't make sense. But then if you dig deeper, you find that, there's a cost advantage. There's a reliability advantage. There is a quality advantage. There is a time delivery advantage. There could be all kinds of different reasons why a competitor is using something else. And who can tell you best? Your salesman, not your operations guy. Because he's deep down working, what he thought was right. But the answer might come from your salesman. So in a startup, you can take advantage of this. That you can get information from all these different sources, and you create an environment where everybody's knowledge and information, everything is being listened to by everybody else. And customer development, which is going and actually building the business, etc. You bring everybody together, you take a joint decision, and then you go and make it happen. So you can see that in a startup, there will be 14 rules, and most companies will follow 8, 10, 12 rules when they are, executing. Every now and then, one company does not do, say, much customer discovery, because he already knows what the product is. He used to work in a big company. He heard from somebody that this is the right thing to do. Boom, he's trying to start executing on it straight away. Right? So there might be shortcuts that some entrepreneur might take because he already knows the answer, for sure. Then you take a shortcut.
So in number 11, you said there should not be any startup job titles. So how should we decide who gets what or how much from the company later for the profit?
Yeah, so basically it's a very good question as to how do you divide up the equity, right? The stock options and all that. So, for that actually the very rules of thumb are very commonly known. So if you're going to be a venture capital funded company, the venture capitalist will tell you, the CEO should get this, the person who's going to be the chief technology officer from a guy who's got the technical skills, he should get this, the guy who's a sales guy, first sales guy should get this, second director or the second sales guy should get this, customer support should get this. So there is pretty much a standard formula about who should get what. Now, when you are at an even earlier stage, before the venture capital stage, then in a sense you and your co-founders have to make a decision. So when we started Selectica, initially there were just 2 of us. So he put in the technology, I put in $250,000, and we said, 50-50. And in the beginning, I said, look, I'm putting all the money in, so I should get a little bit more. He said, I'm putting all the technology in, so I should get a little